What is up, my buttery biscuits? In today's video, we're going to be talking about Manny Mua's new collection that is being released. Before we jump into this video, though, I do have a couple things to talk about before getting into it. One, I'm super excited. In November, I'm going to be starting school to learn how to microblade, which I'm super excited about. I'm going to take you guys along for the journey. I'll probably be posting on like Instagram stories or something, and then I'll be taking clients, which I'm like super excited about. It's so funny because I don't know if you guys have known this, but well, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it so many times. I worked at Mac for like a good 8 years. Before that, I would freelance. And then even after that, I would still do freelance makeup, but I'm just keep it real with you guys. I kind of fell out of love with doing makeup because working at Mac so much, like just being straight up. I love to do my homegirl's makeup every now and then. Like if we're gonna go out, like I'll be like, oh, I want to recreate this look, and then they'll let me do it on it, and then that kind of like fulfills my artistic need. Do you know what I mean? But as far as like freelancing and like making a full living out of it, I was like, I am just so over it. Like I'm just so over it. I think I told you guys this one time before. There was I took a client in like some part of LA, and it was super sketchy. And honestly, this was a big learning lesson for me. I met this person through Mac. I did her makeup there. She even tipped me. But it's so crazy though, because when you think that somebody's like really cool, you just really don't know a person, you know what I mean? Especially just off of one interaction. So anyway, she hired me to do her makeup for like, I think it was like a engagement party or something like that. We go to this house, right? Which I thought it was so weird that there was no like furniture in there. It was completely empty. There was no like even window curtains. It was just weird. I was like, oh, and I had made a comment. I was like, oh, did you just move in here? She's like, oh yeah, I just got this house. You know, I was like, oh, cool, congratulations, whatever. And I guess I didn't really think too much of it because the electricity was on. So I was like, oh, there's lights on. So like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Anyways, I did her makeup, and then she was like, oh, I just gotta go next door real fast because all my stuff is at my friend's house who lives next door. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm like cleaning up my stuff, packing up my stuff, like breaking down my chair and everything. And y'all, I'm sitting there for a good like 30 minutes. I'm like, okay, we're like, I'm in this empty house all alone. Like what's going on here? Like I started to like freak out. I called my homegirl and I was like, so yeah, you know, I had that client today. Well, I just finished her makeup and it's been about 30 minutes now. And she said she was going next door to go get cash because she left her purse at her homegirl's house. And yeah, I'm just here. So I ended up sitting there for like a good like 15 more minutes. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna leave. Like I text her, I called her, and then immediately I was blocked. I was like, I got scammed. I literally got scammed. And from then on, obviously, I learned my lesson of like, no, I need to take a 50% deposit. But then on top of that, too, I just had so many other encounters that I'm just like, oh, I'm just over freelancing. I really got burnt out. But I am super excited to go to school to learn how to microblade. And I'm like, really, I don't know, for some reason, I keep on watching like TikToks about it. And I keep on watching YouTube videos about it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I found my new little passion. So I will be following you guys or bring you along for the journey. And I'm like really excited about that. And then soon I'll be taking clients too, as soon as I get my whole little degree and all that, and my state board license and all that good stuff. One other thing before we jump into this video, I'm so sorry. Y'all know me, I ramble. I am looking for a dupe for this powder. Y'all know I'm like broke these days, and I'm obsessed with this Hourglass Veil powder. I've told you guys this so many times. This powder, though, I want to say it's like 50 bucks, and it's for only 0.36 ounces, which is 10.5 grams. I am always raving about this powder, and specifically why I like it is because I noticed when I started wearing it, my face doesn't look like I have makeup on. Like it just looks like natural skin. And it's so funny, before when I would like go out or if I'm at a grocery store or something, somebody would be like, oh, your makeup looks really nice. Whenever I wear this powder, people will say your skin looks really nice. I notice the difference in compliments, and I'm like, damn, it's because this right here makes my skin look more like skin, because it's a very, I don't want to call it like a shimmery setting powder, but it has a sheen to it. Like picture a MAC mineralized skin finish powder on your skin, but this is like a loose form of it, and it's just so beautiful. Like I really love it. It does not accentuate any fine lines or textures. This is my favorite setting powder. If you guys have oily skin, I don't think you would like this. This is probably more for like normal skin or dry skin, but I really love this. If you guys know a dupe for this, please let me know. I have been looking all over the internet. I'm like, I can't find a dupe. So I'm like, maybe you guys will know. Anyways, y'all, so we're going to be talking about Manny Mua's new makeup collection. I do want to say, I have seen a couple videos floating around on YouTube of saying that YouTubers, beauty brands are dying. And I have to say, I obviously don't know the analytics of things. I don't know how these, beauty YouTubers are doing as far as sales. Oh my gosh, I almost knocked over a mirror. But I do have to say, I am not really seeing too much coming out of all these brands. Whether it be Laura Lee Los Angeles, Manny Mua's Lunar Beauty, or Jeffree Star Cosmetics, I'm like, I feel like the only one that is like consistently doing really, really well is Patrick Starr's, but it's because Patrick Starr doesn't even fully own his brand. He's basically like, it's like a partnered brand. A brand owns it. And I heard before, this is just a rumor, that he'll only get like 15 to 20% of sales and that's it. Which obviously is a little bit more easy for him because he obviously just has like the creative, you know, construction of it where he can like design his own products and names and stuff like that. But they pretty much do all the back end work as far as like ordering, fulfilling, paying for all the stuff and all that good stuff. But I pretty much see only Patrick Starr's brand like really succeeding these days. I did see that Manny Mua did come out with new loose powders. I did talk about them before and they really do look nice, but my thing is that's not a powder that I probably would like because it looks extremely mattifying and I just feel like the older I get, the more dry my skin gets. So I'm like, you know what, no, I'm gonna stick with my Hourglass powder. That's why I'm like, yo, I need a dupe though because that shit's expensive. I want to say it's like 52 bucks or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna be talking about his new collection. There's really not too many products within it, but I was like, you know what, we haven't talked about makeup in a while, specifically Lunar Beauty in a while, so I was like, you know what, let's go ahead and make this video and talk about it. So make sure you guys check out my new podcast. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it linked down below. It's my very first one. I just filmed it. I don't know why, for some reason when I posted that, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I did have my hopes set a little bit high that like the views would get better because as you guys know, my channel is just completely dying, but I feel like a lot of people's channel is really dying and I'm like, you know what, I've let this like whole like setup like hold me back for the longest time because I'm like, I just don't have a nice podcast setup. Like I want to do something that's going to be like kind of like talk showy, you know what I mean, to actually look at like a sit down talk show, like, you know, setup. And I obviously don't have the money or the space to do that. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. And I was like really excited because I'm like, this is something that I've been wanting to do for years. If you guys have been following me for years, I've always mentioned I want to do a podcast. Even before everyone and their mom had a podcast, I literally was saying that's my whole goal. And that's whole goal. And that's even why I started doing commentary videos here on my channel, is because I'm like, damn, I really want a talk show. Like I just love to talk, y'all know that. So anyways, I filmed my first one and you know what? The views obviously aren't really rolling in, but I do have to say I really enjoyed doing it. Like I had a really, really good time and we talked a lot about, you know, a lot of juicy topics and it seems like a lot of people like it too. So if you guys have not checked it out, go ahead and click the link down below, head over there and go show some love on that video. I would really appreciate it because y'all, I'm trying to make it a weekly thing, but obviously only if you guys like it. So anyways, make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up and let's go ahead and get into it. I forgot to mention in the intro too, don't forget to check out my second channel. That's my travel channel with my brother, except for this past weekend. And then I'm probably gonna have to make some more solo videos, but this past weekend I made a solo video where I went around to like all the different fast food restaurants, like the popular ones, and I tried all their new pumpkin spice items. Y'all, it was like a really fun video. And on top of that too, like it made me feel festive because y'all, Halloween's typically one of my favorite holidays and I'm just like not feeling it this year at all. Like I don't even think I'm gonna dress up. I don't think I'm gonna go out. I'm just like, I'm super over it. So that made me feel a little bit festive. I do think I am gonna have a scary movie night though with some friends and get some pumpkin beers because I love pumpkin beers. So I think I'll do that. But anyways, go check out that video and show some love on there. Also, you know what I want to say too before we get into, well, this has to do with the Lunar Beauty launch. First of all, I feel so stupid whenever I go to say Siren. I want to say Serene. I don't know why. Every single time Siren Sunset, I literally was like, okay, so is it Serene or is it Siren? I went to Google. I literally clicked on there, the whole like definition thing. I clicked the little voice thing and I was like, okay, so it's Siren. I don't know why for the longest time I thought it was Serene, but like literally
Siren.
See, Siren. I'm like, why do I feel so stupid sometimes? I mean, I am a high school dropout, okay? That's why I say stay in school so that way you guys don't end up like me. But I'm like, why every single time I want to say Serene? I don't know why. Anyways, this has to do with this. I saw this tweet on Twitter, obviously, or X, whatever it is. I can't get behind calling it X. I'm sorry. It's still Twitter in my mind. And Rich Lux was... I'm so sorry. Look, I know that like everybody's YouTube channel is like dying, like views are just down. But sometimes I feel like some of the things that other drama channels like blow up, I'm like, damn, my channel is so different. Like, of course, yes, I talk about drama and I love talking about drama. I find it to be very entertaining. And I don't even see a problem in it. I know a lot of other people are like, oh my God, why are you gossiping about everybody? Why are you gossiping about other people? And it's like, everybody does it. Literally everybody does it. It's just some people choose to do it on a camera versus not. You know what I mean? I'm like, even my like 55-year-old straight dad literally gossips too. You know what I mean? So it's like everybody gossips. Let's just keep it real about celebrities and stuff like that. But anyways, I saw this post from Rich Lux where he was like, oh, look at this. Jeffree Star came out with like a mermaid collection and then now Lunar Beauty is coming out, which Manny Mua's brand is coming out with a mermaid themed collection too, and I'm just like, the reach sometimes is just so crazy. I don't even think like, obviously Jeffree Star's wasn't mermaid themed. His whole thing is gothic beach. Yes, he did dress up kind of like a mermaid in a coffin for his visuals, but it wasn't like mermaid themed, you know what I mean? But Manny Mua's is I just want to say though, there's only 4 products getting into this. This is why I say sometimes I feel like it's going to take a lot for like his brand to like super pop off, because I feel like maybe it's just me, okay? But obviously this is, you know, my thoughts, my opinions, and maybe there's a market for it out there, but I feel like it's just a dying market of eyeshadow palettes. I see all these beauty brands that are typically owned by YouTubers coming out with nothing but eyeshadow palettes, and I really feel that it's just oversaturated. There's just one too many eyeshadow palettes, and yes, you could say the same for concealers and stuff like that, but I do think that those staple products are purchased more so than an eyeshadow palette. Think about it. If you have an eyeshadow palette, it's gonna last you way longer than a concealer. Like, y'all, I have some palettes from like 20 years ago, literally, that I could still use. Yes, maybe I shouldn't use, but I still could use if I wanted to. As far as concealers, no. Like, they break apart, they fall apart. The shelf life is typically less on them than a eyeshadow palette. So I just feel like overall, you don't really need that many eyeshadow palettes. You know what I mean? Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the Siren Sunset. This retails for $55. And I want to say, I saw the packaging for this and I was like, oh, that's beautiful. Like, it's stunning. The outer packaging is really, really beautiful. And I think it's a beautiful design. And you could tell that it has that textured, like, embroidered in it. So I think this is a really nice palette. As far as seeing the inside of it, I have to say, I really don't like it. Like, I don't like it at all. I know, obviously, the vibes. I do feel like the color story fits what he was going for, and it does match the packaging. It does match the aesthetic. It does match the visuals. I think that it's on brand for him and whatnot. I just, me personally, don't like this color story whatsoever. Like, not in the slightest bit. Like, I'm not going to be using these blues and teals and purples anymore. And then on top of that too, like the even cool tone shade, like the shade Mystery, I probably still won't really use. There is a couple shades in there that I think are cute, which is the Siren Song and Silver Sea, and then Low Tide as well. That's pretty much it. Well, and Current, and the shade Current. Those shades is like literally it that I like from the palette. If I'm being honest with you guys, and you know what really sucks is I've like really grown to like Manny Mua, and I really like watching his podcast. I watch it every single Friday. So it makes me feel bad to say this, but I'm just keeping it real with my opinions here. I just feel like this is just my least favorite palette of his. Like, literally my least favorite palette. I don't like it, which sucks though, because looking at the packaging, like when he was doing the little teaser, I was like, oh my god, am I gonna buy a Lunar Beauty palette? Because I was like, that packaging is stunning. It is so beautiful. But then seeing the inside, I was like, no, I don't like it. Like, I really do not like this color story. I don't know why, for some reason. I don't know another word to use besides lackluster, because I feel like that's probably not even the right word to use in this situation of what I'm trying to think of saying. Because when I look at this color story, I'm like, okay, you do have some colors in there, so therefore it wouldn't be considered lackluster. Like, there obviously is some type of pizzazz in there. But I'm just like, no, it looks, I don't know. It just looks dry to me. Like, I don't like it. I feel bad, but I'm just like, no, I really don't like it. And on top of that too, y'all know, if you guys watch my anti-haul videos, y'all know that I typically say over and over again, it's going to take a lot for me to like an eyeshadow palette these days, because I have every single color that I need, literally every single color. So I'm just like at the point now as to where I used to just buy eyeshadow palettes, so I'm like, oh, that's beautiful, and then I reach this point of looking in my makeup drawer, I'm like, damn, I have about 20 of the same exact color stories. Like, why do I keep on doing that? And it was just so stupid and impulsive of me to do, and I feel like I was just throwing away money. Like, I don't know. So now obviously I'm way more overcritical of eyeshadow palettes because I just have so many of them. As you guys know, I told you guys that I had like, it was like 125 palettes. I like tossed out like, I want to say like 60 of them. I was like, no, we got to get rid of this. Like, what am I doing with all these palettes? It was low-key a little bit of an obsession of mine to have eyeshadow palettes. And I'm like, out of all the makeup products that I own, that is what I use the least, even though that is the most fun part of makeup to me. Y'all know that eyeshadow is the whole reason why I even got into makeup, is just because I was like, oh my God, you could be so creative and so expressive with your eyeshadow. And it's literally art on your face. But on an everyday basis, I'm using a concealer, a foundation, a powder, brow pencil. You know what I mean? So that's I'm like, why do I own way more eyeshadow palettes than I do of these staple products? Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the lip colors right here. I do want to say, personally, I really like these lip colors. This shade specifically, the Sailor Liquid Lipstick. This kind of reminds me of the color, what was it called? Stone? I think it was called Stone from MAC. Y'all, this is a beautiful shade. I definitely will wear this. I really, really like this shade. As I said before, I do like his packaging too. I find it to be, you know, cute. I don't know, it's fun. It's something a little bit different. I also do like this pink pearl liquid lipstick. Looking at his website right now, because I'm actually like currently on the site, I'm a little tripped out because I could have sworn that he normally like does bundles. Like, is he not doing bundles anymore? Typically when he comes out with a collection, oh, there is a bundle. Oh, okay. I don't know why for some reason my page was just not loading. Anyways, there is another liquid lipstick called Abyss, which is really pretty. It's a very dark plum. I also like that shade too. You know, it's really crazy. Back in the day, that used to be like my favorite lip color. I would want to put that color on everybody. Every single time when I was at MAC, I would want to use current lip liner. That was like my favorite lip liner. I was like, oh, I want to put it on everybody, every skin tone. It just looks beautiful on everybody. But anyways, nowadays I probably would not wear this color. It's just not my vibe. But the Pink Pearl and the Sailor liquid lipstick are really cute. Those all retail for $18 each. And then he does have the bundle, which is the Siren Sunset full collection for $87. And then he does have the Siren Sunset liquid lipstick trio for $43. The more that I'm looking at that Sailor shade, that's a gorgeous shade. Like, I really like that. I almost wish, I know I probably sound so damn cheap, but y'all know how it is. Like, whatever, I don't really make that much money from YouTube anymore, so it's like I have to be, you know, very frugal. But I'm like, damn, I would really like to purchase that Siren shade, but then I'm like, I'm not gonna go purchase that and then for an $18 liquid lipstick spend like $7 to $8 on shipping. You know what I mean? I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna do it. But honestly, that shade is pretty and I probably would get it if it was like, you know, at a store or something. Anyways, that wraps it up for this video. Make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about this collection. Am I the only one that feels the same way about the color story on the palette? I don't know why. I love the packaging. I feel like the packaging is so gorgeous, but the inside I don't like. Also, let me know what you guys think too about like influencers, beauty brands. Do you feel like they're dying out? Do you feel like there's like no more exciting launches coming from these YouTuber brands? Obviously, it's just like, y'all, it's really difficult to go against a conglomerate business who is like Estee Lauder that could come out with 1 million products, you know what I mean? Because they're $1 billion brand. So do you guys feel like the competition is just too hard for the YouTuber beauty brands? Once upon a time too, I feel like Jeffree Star Cosmetics was like super popping, and now I'm just like, what's going on with Jeffree Star Cosmetics? I just feel like everything's just dying out. Not too many people are talking about it. Not too many collections are coming out. You know what I mean? So make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about that. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout.